Scarpins Avenue.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Sklarbro Country, the virus edition, a.k.a. the Pandy Pods.
A.k.a. Two Jews, No Harm and Killabrews.
A.k.a. Kim's Sunny Moods and Twin Funny Dudes, Sting Dummy Crudes, and Fling Honey Brews. That's Old Zealand, the original Zealand, a.k.a. the a.k.a. guy, a.k.a. Huddletron. Guys, we're here. Happy to do this show for you. Proud of the content we're putting out, and we hope you're enjoying it too, wherever you enjoy this.
That's right.
We're still in a pandemic. We're still trying to figure things out. My kids are still doing school at home. We're still trying to stay very smart about the way we go out. Still wearing masks. Still rocking our khakis with a cuff and a crease. Still not loving police.
Yeah.
So let's jump into this, shall
Let's
we?
do it.
Let's do it right now. So during the pandemic, I don't know about you, and I don't know about you guys, but I've been going through a lot of our stuff and being like,
Yes.
Do we need this? Have we used this? You know, is this something that we used before the pandemic and maybe we can get rid of this out of here?
You don't need your old rollerblades.
You don't.
You don't need your old roller hockey equipment.
What are you going to do? Start blading around your neighborhood? You aren't.
If you decide to play roller hockey again, get new stuff.
That's
you
right.
owe it to yourself.
Get rid of those things. Sell them. Maybe somebody needs them more than you.
Play it against sports. Donate them. A lot of people need donated
It's
stuff.
good to go back through your stuff
And
and
get rid
then
of it.
sell stuff on Poshmark and eBay. All right, give away what you can to help others in need. You feel better because you're clearing out space and then someone gets it.
Right.
You don't need it all.
Nope.
And it feels good to get rid of the thing that maybe you thought looked good back in the day,
But then
doesn't look
upon
good.
further review, you're like, what the hell was I thinking about that?
Put it this way. I wore a wallet chain in the 1990s.
I'm sorry,
okay?
so did I.
Like I was a member of the band Len. Who was I, for Christ's sake? I guess I was worried that someone was going to steal my wallet, right?
Or steal your sunshine.
Thank you. Thank you. You can't keep that on a chain. Thank
Nope.
you, Jay. But honestly, I look back at pictures of me wearing that wallet and I'm like, what the hell was I thinking?
What were you thinking?
Who was I? How did my wife, who is my current wife now, even see through the wallet chain to want to be with
our
me?
jeans were so big. They were too big.
If you ever wore jeans with too much embroidery on the back pocket, say amen. You know
Yes.
what I'm talking about.
Get rid of it.
You don't
Take it
want
out.
any shots back there.
True religion, you found a new religion.
That's
It's called-
right.
It's called better fashion sense.
By the way, same goes for some of the stuff we created.
That's right.
There are jokes that we did in our act 20, 25
10
years
years ago.
that just
15 years
didn't
ago.
age well. There's no reason to keep doing those things. And truthfully,
It feels good to say, you know what? We used to do that. We thought this was funny in a time where there was a wave of this stuff going on. It felt commensurate.
Cleanse yourself of it.
We're done with it.
so that is the headspace we're in when we tackle this next story. Are you ready? Here we go. Peppy Le Pew will not be in the LeBron James-centric Space Jam sequel.
Well, yeah.
That's apparently huge news on Fox. I can't believe they stopped talking about it.
Yeah.
I mean, this was like days and days of stuff here.
And that's a big loss, by the way, for the team in
I
Space
mean,
Jam,
what
'cause
he
that guy
what he did. I mean, he was not a guy that got you a lot of stuff. He did a lot of intangible stuff. He was maybe the guy.
He made a lot of passes on people.
He did make a lot of passes on.
ton of passes.
He made a lot of passes on people that they did not want.
That's correct, and that's why he's out.
Nobody wanted to guard him or check him up close too because the dude smelled like shit. Mm-hmm. Shut up and dribble, LeBron, and stop canceling beloved cartoon characters is what they're saying on Fox News.
Apparently, this is a huge story on Fox News.
This-
Apparently, the radical left is canceling.
Why is
Peppy
a
Le
radical
Pew.
left trying to cancel a rapey skunk? I love that they're like willing to defend Peppy Le Pew, but they're going to go after Andrew Cuomo. You got to
Pick.
I say go after them both. A character that we agree is probably the 10th worst. I mean, the 10th in
The 10th most popular. Like, it's so low on the Mel Blanc
character thing
chart.
that even Baby Finster, the mobster who's dressed as a
I
baby,
did like Baby Finster. I did like Baby Finster.
He's way better than Peppy Le Pew.
He's better than
And
like a
he
rapey skunk.
Yes.
If we can't draw the line at rapey skunks, then I don't know who you're going to cancel.
That's right. May I remind you that I threw out my wallet chain and never tried to rape a cat in my life.
Yeah.
Okay? You got to get rid of things.
We can let it go.
We can let Peppy Le Pew go. Fox News is mad as hell and they're not going to take it anymore.
Yes.
All right? Fox News came to the defense of Looney Tunes character Peppy Le Pew after way to hitch your train to this guy.
To a fictitious character.
After the cartoon skunk was canceled from an upcoming film, Space Jam: A New Legacy. You mean written out of the movie? He was in the movie. They even shot the scene with it, and then he's gone.
Right.
By the way, not canceled. Just written out of this movie.
There's
no end in sight, said Fox News host Brian Kilmeade of the cancellation.
Way to side with a rapey skunk.
You grizzled old heap of broken dreams, Kilmeade. Nobody is perfect enough for the masses. Yeah, I would say a skunk that rapes is not perfect enough for the masses.
Yeah.
Sure, he tried to
And
rape.
he wasn't funny. Like, let's get back to that part of it as well. It wasn't a funny character.
And the French stereotype is outdated. Who is walking around in America going, oh, those Frenchmen are just, they smell bad, they don't shower, and they're constantly raping people.
If the skunk was Trump, then now you're making a commentary.
By the way, Peppy Le Pew is Trump. He stinks. He literally smells like shit all the time.
Yes.
He's repulsive to every woman that is around him. They just want to try and get away from him.
Mm-hmm. His own wife doesn't want to hold his hand.
And he tries to rape everything in his sights.
Yes.
And will not take no for an answer.
So
we get it, Fox News. We get it. You're beholden to this guy. If you hop on that train, you're going to hop on this train and lock your views with Peppy Le Pew, a pussy-grabbing beauty pageant skunk. Yes. Essentially is what it is.
That's exactly what he is.
It's like throwing out your wallet chain, but still going to a Smash Mouth concert.
You can't do both.
You can't do both. Kilmeade continued, I'm not saying he's perfect, a perfect cartoon character. Yeah, he's not funny and way too rapey.
Yeah.
Put it this way, Brutus from Popeye thinks that Peppy Le Pew is too rapey.
He needs to dial it back a little bit.
Kilmeade was still talking, but believe it or not, I'm not looking to cartoons as my role models. Yeah,
you're just looking to cartoonish buffoons.
That's right.
In the real world, to be your role models. Okay.
Well put, Jay.
Thank you.
Lepew appeared in the first Space Jam movie starring Michael Jordan, but was cut from the LeBron James-led sequel, according to Deadline. While no reason was given for the removal of the scene, the news came after New York Times published a column claiming that the character added to rape culture, which, do we agree with that? I think we all do.
I mean, it's an animal a personified animal that won't take no for an answer from another personified animal.
That's right.
When it comes to sexual,
let's get a woman's perspective from Fox News. Okay. Fox News host Katie Pavlich said on last Monday's episode of Outnumbered that the scene cut from Space Jam had the skunk being reprimanded for his behavior. I mean, if in the movie his behavior gets canceled and he's sent to jail, in my opinion, for raping a cat, then
okay.
I'm okay with that. That's what I say, not her. I doubt that Space Jam 2, a movie about NBA players trying to beat aliens in basketball, isn't going to tackle the issue and the hot butt issue of cat rape.
Did you say a hot butt issue or a
hot button issue?
Yeah.
It's a hot button issue of cat rape dead on. Mm-hmm. So instead of showing people a lesson, which we've all seen through books and pop culture and cartoons throughout history, they're simply erasing it rather than teaching people about the lesson of personal space. So that's what she's making it about. Mm-hmm. She's now making it about, we should have been teaching the lesson.
We needed to see him reprimanded on screen or else we wouldn't know what inappropriate behavior is.
Is that what you're mad about, Pavlich? That this is the moment that Peppy Le Pew gets his and we're being robbed of the moment on screen? Because I don't think that's what she's mad at.
No.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to find out more about this
scenario. We'll tell you exactly what she's mad at.
Right after this. Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Follow us on Stereo. We do the discussions, which we love so much. 3 p.m. Pacific time on Monday and Wednesday. Really talk about whatever the biggest issue of the day is, and we get your thoughts on it too. And then on Friday, we do Sports Open Line at 3 p.m. It's just talk about what sports stuff is on your mind and the biggest sports issue of the day.
Fun.
And then Tuesdays, we do Dumb People Town at 4. This is so much fun. And then we'll see you on April 10th, live Dumb People Town. Ryan Sickler and the Cactus Blossoms. When we left, Peppy Le Pew was written out of Space Jam 2 and rightfully so. Not canceled. Although, if anybody should be canceled,
it should be a rapey skunk.
So again, is this what Pavlich, one of the hosts, was mad about? That this is the moment Peppy Le Pew gets reprimanded?
You're denying the world of the chance to reprimand a bad actor.
So let me just get this straight. You're agreeing with what everybody says about this sexual predatory skunk. You're just mad that he doesn't get his comeuppance on screen. Co-host Kennedy Montgomery. Is that Kennedy? Is that Kennedy
I think so.
Agreed that the scene should have been left in the movie for a teachable moment.
Yeah.
You can cancel everything. You could cancel every comic ever, she said. You could pretty much cancel everything, which leaves us with an undifferentiated blob. Now,
I don't know about that.
I will say that we think comedy is a very different thing, and we should make this distinction. By the way, you're allowed to make distinctions.
Right.
Okay?
You're allowed to say there are certain comedy spaces.
Well, there's an unwritten social contract that audiences enter into when they walk into a comedy club. And if you can't handle it, you got to get up and leave, because that's not what this is for. And, jokes are told in a way to, and by the way, we know right from wrong. We know what jokes are told in a bad way, and we know what jokes are told in a way to prove a point. It's up to each comic to decide how he or she wants to push that button and make a point, and then live with the consequences of making that point the way that you made it. But it's very different from Space Jam, a movie for kids. Am I right?
Yes.
In the scene that's cut from the Space Jam sequel to be released on the 16th of July, Peppy Le Pew was to appear as a bartender in a black and white Casablanca type scene, okay? Where Jane the Virgin actress, Gracie Santo, according to Deadline,
was in the scene with him.
Throws a drink in his face.
Okay. So up to his old tricks. He's doing his thing.
Right. But now the ability to slip the character he's hitting on like a Cosby style roofie, maybe he drops in the drink.
So he's a bartender. Yeah.
Yeah.
He has access to the alcohol that people are drinking.
Nice work, Space Jam. Way to go. Her character pulls her arm away, pours a drink on Peppy Le Pew before LeBron James tells the skunk he can't grab other Looney Tunes characters without consent. Well, that should be fun in that movie.
Yeah, that sounds like a really fun scene.
Right. That sounds like I can't wait to see that movie.
Just cut it. Just cut it. Cut it. It's not good.
The live action portion of that scene was filmed in July of 2019, but it was never animated after a change of director of the movie. So I view this scene the same way. Yes, you can keep it in the movie, but why would you do that?
What's the point of that? What is the point of that?
Not having Peppy Le Pew in the movie is basically LeBron saying the same thing he says on camera, but more powerfully.
Right.
Am I right?
Yes.
Why would we even put him on here?
You don't need to do that. Don't give it airtime.
I mean, look, I can also say this, that I understand wanting to leave the scene in there, but then you cancel him and he's done. You know what I mean?
Right.
At that point, he's over at that point.
Right. Then
so, like, I don't think the people who are on the far right who are defending Peppy Le Pew and are angry about his quote-unquote culture cancellation, they're not defending that he get his nuts chopped off on screen. No. They're saying, why are we canceling this character?
Right.
A spokesperson for Santa, who had spoken out about her own sexual harassment, said she was upset about the scene being cut out. See, I understand this. This was such a big deal for her to be in this movie, even though Peppy is a cartoon character. If anybody was going to slap a sexual harasser like him, she wished it would have been her. The spokesperson said, I understand.
So she said she wanted him to be...
She wanted this scene. The woman who was Jane the Virgin actress who was in there wanted this scene to be in there because she gives him his comeuppance. Now that the scene is out and she doesn't have the power to influence the world through younger generations who'll be watching Space Jam 2 to let younger girls and boys know that Peppy's behavior is unacceptable. I think it's unacceptable, period.
Right.
But I appreciate her sentiment here. I think her heart is in the right place.
Right. Also, that's one of her scenes in the movie.
True. But from a storytelling perspective, you have to ask yourself, does this help the overall story?
Yeah, if this is, by the way, an essential plot point within the story.
If it's on theme, you leave it in. But if it's a detour to an unnecessary...
Just to use another Looney Tunes character.
It's a good point, but just a weird non sequitur. I don't think it makes the final cut. I guess my point is this. If you left the scene in as is, there would be no problems because in the scene... Two characters reprimand Peppy Le Pew, LeBron James and this woman, for hitting on and touching and kissing someone without consent. So the message from Looney Tunes and LeBron James would be consistent with the times. That's good. A full-throated rebuke of Peppy Le Pew's predatory behavior. But without the scene, does it change the movie? Without the scene, does it change the movie?
But I'm going to assume that it doesn't. It doesn't feel like it's essential.
Unless you have to rewrite the end of the movie because you took this scene out, I think it can be cut. You have to ask yourself. And that is just business, guys. In the meantime, we can all teach everybody not to get behind rapey skunks who rape cats.
Correct.
Right?
Fair.
And that is a show.
There
Guys,
you go.
stay connected, stay protected, don't get infected. This is not a hoax.
But we got the jokes.
Wear a mask, get vaccinated, do all those things, and we can get out of this, and we will get out of this. We love doing the show for you. We'll see you tomorrow.
La-ti-da, la-ti-da-ti-da-ti-da, la-ti